Hey folks, today at Bear Mountain is kind of one of our first early fall rainy days. So we thought,
And he's still wearing shorts.
still wearing shorts with muck boots. So we thought what we'd do is we'd just come out to the pumpkin patch and just kind of do a quickie and just say, you know what, I think it's time to start harvesting some of these guys. Some of the earlier ones, like the munchkins, they're kind of starting to die back. And Casperitas are pretty much ready. So we're gonna start just kind of picking through and taking some of these guys out. And what we're gonna do is try to do the bulk of them when maybe the vines have died down just a little bit more. And then that'll probably be in about another week or so. This is near the end of September, so we're gonna get these out for Halloween. So the bulk of the harvest I think will probably be this next week. But I thought we'd just walk through and just take a look at a couple of the different varieties that we got going here. This first one right here in the front is called Casperita, and the plant is kind of a compact plant, doesn't really spread a whole lot, and it provides makes a nice little white pumpkins. Like, I'll give you an example here. I'm just going to cut these. What we try to do is we want to make sure that when we cut these guys, that the stem is kind of like not as full green, but maybe starting to turn brown. And it's really pretty solid. It's got a nice shape to it. And so when we look at it, it's really pretty ready to go. So what we'll do before we either put these out for our own display or to sell them off is we'll let them dry out, let the stem dry out a little bit more. And I want to make sure that I leave at least, you know, a couple of good inches of stem on there to give it that classic little pumpkin look. So we're gonna harvest a bunch of these guys. And then I got a new variety. Now I may have picked this one a little bit on the greener side. The stem on this variety has always been really dark green, and it's actually a little lighter green than it normally has been. And again, you kind of look, you can kind of see it's got a nice shape to it. We got that classic pumpkin look. This variety is called
Blaze?
Blaze, okay.
And it's not an eating pumpkin.
Yeah, the seeds were treated with some kind of fungicide on it, so they recommend that you don't.
So it's an ornamental only.
Ornamental only, a great gourd. And then, now these two are perfect. This one is your munchkin. It's kind of got that old style kind of squishy look to it. And that's about as big as they get. They might get a little bigger. And it's the same idea. Stem is starting to turn color. And this one I think is Wee Be Little. Jill Be Little, okay. And that's about as big as these guys get. They're kind of cute, really small. It's even got the little striations of a regular like pumpkin on it, so it's pretty cool. And let's see. One of the other varieties we have now this is a kind of a more classic look to it, bigger than the other guy. And its variety is I think this is the Cinnamon Girl.
Well, that's an edible one.
This is an edible one, so it can go either way. And it's still got a little green on it, but it'll ripen up. But the stem was definitely starting to turn. So we got those, and then there's some over here that are much bigger. Like as an example, we've got a This one is, I think this is, it's a version of Casparita, but it's called Blue Moon or something like that.
Moonshine.
Moonshine,
I
that's
think.
it. Okay.
If not right,
I'm not really good on my varieties.
No, I pick them.
Yeah. So this one is, the whole idea is it's more of a, it's a pure white, but it's more of a,
Can you
getting
turn
closer.
around? That's kind of the muddy side.
Oh, sure. Kind of got a standard,
Ooh, pretty.
got a kind of standard pumpkin look to it. So this is kind of what the majority of what we're going to be picking. We do have, okay, we also have a variety over here, which didn't seem to be as prolific.
No, it's supposed to be big and it's supposed to just put out a few fruits.
Yeah.
Not as many as the others.
And this one, its variety is what?
Jardindale.
Jardindale, okay. Yeah, we
And
got a
then
few
that
of
one
these guys.
behind it is still green, so it's still
Right.
got more time, right?
Right, yeah, it's probably got another week or two. So that looks like the majority of what's ready right now. The rest of the stuff we have in here are things like acorn squash, and we have some sugar pie type pumpkins for ourselves for fall, and some angel hair spaghetti squash. So, but
that's all in the back.
that's all in the back over there, and it's still got a ways to go. So we just kind of wanted to give you a walkthrough that these were planted over daffodil beds again.
They're still there.
And they're still there. The grass, hay mulch really did a fantastic job of suppressing weeds. I mean, when you look out there, you could probably see a couple of weeds, but this was never really weeded. We did have some blackberry that kind of resprouted, but it's not that big of a deal. And these were actually watered maybe once a week during the peak of the heat of the season, but you know, as we got into late August and early September here, we weren't even really watering them at all. So once these are done, when we finish all the harvest, we'll take the vines and we'll put them in the pathways, and then we'll tarp again, and then we'll start the whole process over, put a compost mulch over the daffodil beds for spring, and everything will start coming out looking good again. This is our second year of rotating through here, and it looks to me like the productivity is just as good as it's always been. So anyway, we just kind of want to give you a quick walkthrough on a wet day of starting the harvest in the pumpkin patch.
We're not mad with the wet, other than it's hard to hold the camera in an umbrella.
Yeah.
But it feels good to have rain.
Yes, this is nice.
Been a very dry year.
Yep. So thanks for watching, folks, and as always, stay safe out there, and we will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.